you're a homeowner looking to buy a home, you have a home that you're looking to sell, of course, the market in the Memphis metropolitan area is kind of like all over the place, but it's some fundamental things that you want to do, some strategies that you want to have in place, some tactical things that you can do to try to ensure as best as possible that that simultaneous buying and selling process is going to be able to come to a realization for you. Number one, being able to understand your financial situation is always critical when you're looking to make a purchase, but also too when you're looking to make a sale. Selling a home, we just recently worked with a client that's selling a home here in Memphis near Germantown and relocating to a different state. This particular seller knew exactly the home that he wanted in the new place, knew what the price point was because he had some family members on the ground in the area that allowed for him to be able to have some insight to that. And then number two, being able to understand like, okay, if I'm going to buy this particular home, am I going to pay cash for it? Are we going to finance it all? Are we going to do part cash and part financing? And so those are the things that you want to get understood prior to even putting your home on the market. So of course, consulting with a local real estate professional like myself, I give you the insight in terms of what's your home's value. What do you need to do to the home in order to get it? So what's the likelihood of the home staying on the market for any length of time? Those are some key questions that you want to know prior to even getting the home listed. And at the same time, simultaneously, you want to try to figure out where am I going to move to? Is it going to be a local move? If it's going to be a relocation move? And how am I going to go about trying to find an agent in that marketplace to be able to help me purchase a home while I'm in the process of selling my current home? So those are some things that you want to start out taking a look at. So once you get past that particular hurdle, now it's about, are you going to sell the house as is? Are you going to do some updates or renovations to get a premium price? Or are you trying to do a mix of both? Now, on the buy side, of course, most all homeowners would prefer to be able to move right into a home. We do have buyers that come to us and say, listen, I'm okay, I understand the market being what it is. I'm willing to do a little sweat equity in order to make sure that the home is going to give me and yield to us the ideal end result. After we buy it and fix it up, we can turn it into our own, as long as it's not any major renovations. So that's one way of looking at it as well. So prior to going to the market, you want to understand exactly what it is you're going to do to the home, and ideally, what is the price point you're going to be able to get for the home if you don't do, or if you do some things. Now, of course, no real estate agent has a magic ball to kind of take a look at, but trends matter. Of course, tailwinds matter as well. So it's a matter of being able to understand exactly where you are, what's going on in your community, where your home that you're living in now is going, and also too how things are going to be trending in the future, in addition to where they are right now. So being able to move forward on that is ideal. So and get your home on the market. Now, of course, you may get an offer within a week, within a few days, or within a couple of months. And depending on when you get that offer, simultaneously, while you're looking to purchase a home, you're trying to find that particular ideal home. And of course, that homeowner would prefer you to have your home under contract prior to them accepting your offer. In a lot of cases, that doesn't happen. Oftentimes, at the least, they want you to have your home on the market. So if your home is on the market, you make your offer contingent upon your home being sold, because in some cases, depending on your situation, the financing or the lender may request or may really demand that your home be sold prior to you closing on the new home, because you may not be in a situation where you can afford two mortgages. And of course, some people may not have a mortgage on their existing home, and so they're just only going to get one mortgage or pay cash for the home. So that's a different story. Now, as you begin to work your way through trying to buy the home, you got the home under contract, you got your home under contract, and now it's about the moving parts in terms of, are the closing dates going to be on the same date? If you're going to have temporary occupancy somewhere else too, or you don't want to be stuck without a home, but you also want to be stuck where you got a home, you can't move in it, and you got to move out to your current home. So being able to speak to your buyer of your home to understand exactly what it is that they're getting themselves into, and saying, listen, that, my client is buying a home, and can we get potentially a temporary occupancy? A temporary occupancy is saying that, listen, we close on the home, we close, you sign all the documents, you get your money, I get a week, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days in order to stay in the home until my new home actually closes and I can move into the new home. And so the temporary occupancy is a part of the state tenancy contract that allows for this to take place, and it's a seamless process. So Just a quick recap. Being able to understand that your finances must be in order to be able to move forward, but also to know exactly what you're going to expect from the sale and what you can allocate towards the purchase of the new home. Number two, being able to understand what are you planning on doing to the home. Are you trying to get a premium price for the home? The house needs to be in a premium condition. If you're trying to potentially, take a little bit less for the home, so you really just don't want the hassle of dealing with contractors in and out of the home. And so there's a whole nother different route that you want to go. But of course, that price point will be slightly lower. Number three, being able to find a home and also make sure that the seller of the home that you're buying and the buyer of your home fully understand exactly what's going on in this process. We have a quick cheat sheet that you can take a look at associated with this particular video to allow you to have some insight and guidance along with the actual video itself in order to ensure the likelihood of you being able to be successful when you're buying and selling a real estate transaction, of course, i.e. home. Thank you for your time. Now, as you begin to work your way through trying to buy the home, you got the home under contract, you got your home under contract, and now it's about the moving parts in terms of are the closing dates going to be on the same date? If you're going to have temporary occupancy somewhere else too, or you don't want to be stuck without a home, but you also want to be stuck where you got a home, you can't move in it, and you got to move out to your current home. So being able to speak to your buyer of your home to understand exactly what it is that they're getting themselves into and saying, listen, that my client is buying a home and can we get potentially a temporary occupancy?